Ryan Krapel digs in for his second at bat as we're back here at Las Vegas Ballpark. His first one, a fly ball to left field. This one fouled straight back out of play. Krapel still no average to his name. Again, his first game as a Sun Devil, second at bat. Bat wag slows as the ball comes in, and same story, foul ball out of play left side behind home plate.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see another fastball triple up on it here to Krapel.
Fastball indeed. Krapel, you'll never believe it, fouls it off the building to our left.
Yeah, climbed the ladder there, tried to get Krapel to chase, and he did, but he made contact. Wouldn't be surprised to see something in the dirt here.
Good piece by Krapel. Dribbled down the right field line, fielded by the first baseman, so he'll go 3 unassisted on that one. Krapel 0 for 2 on the day, 0 for 2 on the season in the Scarlet, or the Sun Devil maroon and red, maroon and yellow, my apologies. Kian Vu digs in now, fly out in his first at bat, just back in the third inning.
And like I said last inning, if the Sun Devils want a chance, they're going to need to get Lane out of this game, and the only way to do that is by seeing some more pitches. Yet they keep swinging.
Swing and a miss by Vu on a pitch in the dirt. It's a good one to take if you're going to take any, and they did not decide to take. Vu waits, swings, strike 2. We do have field access on our credentials. You could go talk to the head. I'm just saying, hey.
I could go let him know.
That ball high and outside. Vu saw it the entire way. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, good pitch there from Lane 0-2, just trying to get him to chase.
Lane delivers. Vu fouls this ball down the left field line. That does the job just the same as taking a pitch. Let's not be wrong here. That's foul ball. Does the same as the ball in the dirt. That ball swung right back up the middle by Vu. A good piece of that one for the first baseman, and he's aboard with 1 out in the inning.
And Lane wants that pitch back. He hung that changeup right down the middle. It was smashed up the middle. Did get the ground ball, but no fielder in sight. Myro had no chance.
He's lucky he's getting the ball back, period. It feels like he hung a changeup there. Vu, just a touch on top of it, ropes it right back up the middle, just about 3 feet to the right of the second base bag. And Harris Williams back in the box now, a strikeout, a ground out in his record for the day, 304 average. He'll bunt wonderfully placed on the left field line. Catcher picks it up.
Ooh.
On the line. The ump's going to say that's a foul ball. A beautiful, beautiful bunt by Williams to try and get Vu on to second. No go.
And a beautiful bunt indeed. I thought that was still on the line when he picked it up.
It looked like it was, yeah. I think maybe about a quarter of that ball was out of play, so it's enough to say hey, but.
And clearly now the third time around, Sun Devils realizing they need to get something going here if they're going to want to have a chance late in this game.
Williams back in the box now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Vu checked on it first. No go. Ball gets away from Lane on the throw-in. Picked up by the third baseman. Dittmar in the right place to just toss it right back. Vu takes 3 shuffles off the first base bag. Williams in the box, the bat wag. Slows, stops. Vu goes, fired from behind the plate. Vu almost slid over the bag and stayed. Gallegos delivered a ball that was a strike back up the middle.
Yeah, great jump there from Vu. I mean, it would have took a perfect throw there from Gallegos, and it almost was, but Vu gets into second.
Half second slow. Vu takes a couple shuffles off as the ball is delivered to the plate by Lane. Fouled left side by the graduate outfielder, Harris Williams.
And now with all these foul balls, Lane up to 71 pitches. Third time around the lineup, I wouldn't be surprised if that UNLV bullpen started to get going.
Good piece there by Williams. Just kind of a chunk swing as that ball fielded by the left fielder, Schmidt, came in just enough. Make the play on that one. 2 outs now in the inning That'll bring up Nick McLean.
Yeah, Williams just tried to pitch that one into left center field, but that is Schmidt out there in left, as like I just said, pitching coach coming out.
Looks like UNLV's got an arm up and going. I believe the Sun Devils do as well. No eyes on who for either team, but
Yeah, third time through the order, heart of the order. Lane has to be very, very careful here.
yeah, this is that part though where you've seen them twice, right? You know, they know what they're looking for from you. You know what you're looking to give them. It's just a matter of who's going to do it better, right? Who's going to swing better or who's going to throw it better. And Lane needs to be the victor here for this UNLV squad if they want to keep him in another half inning. He's only got 1 out left.
And with all these lefties coming up, 3 lefties in a row for the Sun Devils in this part of the order. Surprised they didn't make a move.
McLean in the box now. Lane, he'll deliver to McLean. McLean, good piece out to right field. That ball high, deep into the Vegas night, into the Hyundai hangar. It's 7-5 Rebels. A 2-run home run by McLean. That ball, another one that we saw from up here. It kind of gets lost in the Vegas night almost, but that ball gone, and UNLV kind of losing their stride here.
Yeah, off the bat, that ball was crushed. The outfielders, they gave a courtesy run, but they knew that ball was gone.
Brings up Ryan Campos now, batting .275 on the year after his home run back in the first inning. First pitch from Lane is a ball. Kind of threw him off the rhythm a little bit. 75 pitches now into this outing, a 7.31 ERA. It's fluctuated quite a bit as the Devils have found their stride. And like I mentioned, it's about who can do better here. As this ball from Lane is fouled high out of play off the bat of Campos. Ooh, it looked like it was getting out of play for a second. I thought it got over, though. Fencing, but it didn't.
Yeah, Dittmar thought the same thing as you. He was looking to take one out of the stands, but it actually drifted back into play and hit off the side of his glove, so Campos will get another try at it.
Not able to be fielded cleanly by Dittmar, as we mentioned, and the junior catcher Ryan Campos will get another piece, and they're going to wave for a pitch clock problem here. Just a moment, the umpire's hand up, open palm, and he'll point to Lane. Lane steps, fires, delivers. This ball belted to right field, but right at Higgins, who was in the right place at the right time. So after doing a little bit of damage, the Devils managed to claw back to within 2. We'll catch you on the other side for the bottom half of the 5th inning, led off by Schmidt, followed up by Dittmar and the catcher Gallegos for the Rebels. For the top of the 3rd inning, Arizona State and Austin Peay. James Mackey, Nate Johnson alongside you here on Blaze Radio for Mattress Sale Awareness Day, President's Day, as some may call it, from Phoenix Municipal Stadium. And digging in for Austin Peay, the 3rd baseman, Mason Pangborn. So far up to this point, a shaky 1st inning for Rowan Leto, a good 2nd inning. He'll look to continue that same stride there as Pangborn offers it 1. The 3rd base umpire, Jason Rogers, says he did not go, so 1-0 the count.
Yep, Mason Pangborn making his collegiate debut. He played at Blue Valley Southwest High School in Overland Park, Kansas.
Pangborn takes ball 2 from Leto. Good swing and a foul ball sent over the netting to the left side. 2-1 the count.
Leto's starting to go inside on these hitters, especially the lefties. Now that he's established that off-speed pitch, he might be trying to establish the fastball.
Another good piece there by Pangborn. He's upset. He just barely missed it as he swings and fouls another one off to the left side.
Yeah, might be some pressure in his first at-bat to get that first hit out of the way, so he's certainly looking to swing away.
Pangborn watches a ball bounce across the right-handed batter's box. Full count now.
And the thing that the Sun Devils couldn't do yesterday was cash in on the full count. You know, you saw a lot of walks go by in those full counts.
Leto delivers another one. Pangborn tosses the bat to his dugout side and takes first base. So a rocky start to inning number 3 here for Rowan Leto.
Yeah, once again talking about, you know, the Sun Devils. Too many walks yesterday, and here's yet another one. The second of the game for Leto. And once again, the Governors have a runner on base.
Good lead at first for Pangborn as Nickens takes strike 1 from Leto. Similar to that first at-bat we saw him take here today. See if he continues it up with a similar performance in his second at-bat as Pangborn takes another lead. Leto checks him. Comes set, delivers to the plate. High. 1-1 now the count. 82 mile an hour. The velo kind of falling off just a little bit there.
Getting a good lead at first base from Pangborn. Might be looking to test the arm of Brody Briggs.
Good swing and a foul ball sent over the Malone hitting complex off to the right side. I think that
hit the light pole.
I was going to say, I heard it clunk, and I saw it change direction on us.
Light tower power from the kid.
1-2 now the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pangborn takes a step lead off first. Leto comes set towards the plate. Good piece of hitting. Nickens sends this one out to right field. Playable. And he will find the mitt of the right fielder for Arizona State. And 1 away. Kien Vu there to make a play.
And that's about getting those outs. Getting those fly ball outs. We saw in BP, they were hitting them in the air a lot. Outfielders need to stay on their toes in this one.
Bay steps in and swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, John Bay got a single in his first at-bat. Brings his batting average up to 286.
Bay watches that one over the outside part of the plate. Glove side run on the 77 mile an hour. I can only assume it to have been a curveball at that velocity. 1-1 the count. Curveball or slider?
More, I think it's going to be that slider that Leto leans on more. It's much more tighter than the curveball. Comes out of the same slot that the fastball does. Does a good job tunneling those two.
Leto checks on Pangborn at first. Pangborn back in time. That his first of 2 disengagements on this at-bat.
I think Leto noticed a sign from the third base coach that was given to Pangborn. Just wanted to double check on things.
Delivers high and in on Bay. 2-1 now the count. Pangborn takes 1 step off first, and then he kind of slides and shuffles around a little bit. We haven't seen him take more than about 2 big steps off of first base. So he's definitely, Leto's definitely keeping him bay. Leto delivers, as I mentioned, that Bay ropes one into left field. Pangborn round second, heading for third. He's in sliding. Bay into first, standing up. And it's a 2-bag grabber for Pangborn on a single by Bay. And Austin Pay has runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, John Bay's name was circled on the scorecard heading into this game just with his history, and he's already showing off that plus hit tool. He's 2 for 2 on the early campaign, and he looks to continue to add in this one.
We're going to find out here what Leto's made of. Looking for a ground ball and deuce out by Trevor Conley here. Leto delivers high and outside. 1-0 the count. Gotta hold your composure here if you're Leto. Can't let that runner on third get too far into your head. He's 90 feet from making this a 2-run game, and Bay doesn't seem to be a threat to Leto at the moment. As Leto comes set, he'll deliver. That ball popped out to the left fielder and played in stride, but Pangborn will touch it up anyway. Brandon Compton makes the play. His throw in to the shortstop, and Austin P grabs a 2-run lead in the second inning.
Yeah, just another good piece of hitting there from Conley. He goes the other way with the fastball, gets it out to almost the warning track. Plenty of time for Pangborn to come in and score Austin P's second run of the game.
Freeman steps in now. He worked a walk in his first at-bat. 364 on the young season for Freeman. Bay takes a step lead off first of him in on the right hand. Leto delivers to the plate. Freeman pokes this one out to right field, but there to make a play on it is Vu, and that's 3 outs. So Austin P knocks 2 hits, 1 run, and leaves 1 on in the third inning. We'll head to the bottom on the other side of this break on Blaze Radio. Back from Phoenix Municipal Stadium in East Phoenix, Arizona, James Mackey alongside me here, Sin Hassan. A 7-4 ball game, 3 in the first, 2 in the second for the Sun Devils, 4 in the fourth for Gonzaga, and most recently 2 in the bottom half of the 5th inning for Arizona State. Leading off this half for ASU, 1 for 3 on the day is Brandon Compton, a strikeout, a fly out to center, and a double to his credit on the day. Hoffberg sets for his 4th inning of work. He delivers this ball skied just to left field by Compton and played after a little bit of tracking by Knowles, who pinch hit for Gonzaga about an inning ago. So an F7 to the credit adds to the line for Compton on the day, and an easy out to get things started for Hoffberg's 4th inning of work.
Yeah, it was interesting tracking by Mestis. Again, a lot of these visiting players having some trouble dealing with the sun. That tends to shine brighter here in Arizona. First instance of that today.
Jacob Tobias, 1 for 2 in at-bats that have been recorded. A sacrifice fly back in the first, a double play ball in the second, and a single in the 5th. This is 4th at-bat of the day, 7th inning of work here for Tobias at first base, and he'll take ball 1 over the outside part of the plate. Tobias puts this ball on the ground to the right side. It hops into the Sun Devil dugout and just about takes out a out-of-dress Devil down to our right, but nonetheless strike 2 for the 281 hitting left-handed first baseman. Tobias takes outside from Hoffberg, 2-2 the count now.
And for a lot of these guys, too, we've seen it throughout the season. It's just about being patient, taking the chances that matter, too, especially with a guy like Tobias.
Tobias takes outside once more, 3-2 the count. And catcher Reese Sherman is all the way down in that relaxed, one leg kicked out to the left side stance. On those last 2 outside pitches, he's been trying to set up something low and in, but he's been ending up finding it outside as this ball finds the bat of Tobias for a single down into right field. It's played on a hop by Tesveri, who plays it into Shoop, and Tobias is aboard here in the 7th, bringing up New Contrades. Hoffberg, like we mentioned, in his 4th inning of work on the day, only at 77 pitches as he'll deliver this one. It's blocked down behind the plate by Sherman. He'll call for time to get a new baseball after it bounced in the dirt a little bit. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Tobias on first. Contradas at the plate. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts to his record today. That walk back in the first inning when he came around to score for the 3rd of the Sun Devils' 3 in that half. Tobias takes his lead. Hofberg delivers. Contreras puts a ball in the air. Right center field. And played beautifully by Tesveri for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, you can tell the Sun Devils are trying to get their bats working well. Again, they had that 2-run inning in the 5th, but you know, there's one lapse, as we saw in the 4th, where Gonzaga was able to pour on some runs. Then this game starts to get interesting, James, and if you're Willie Bloomquist, you probably won some sort of insurance here.
So as you mentioned, Willie Bloomquist, the manager for Gonzaga, Mark Machtolf will come out. We believe he's going to be making a pitching change, and that he will. So we'll step aside with a new reliever for Gonzaga coming into the game to start warming up here on Blaze Sports. Welcome back to Phoenix Municipal Stadium. James Mackey alongside me here. Sinhasan, new pitcher on the mound for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, and it's going to be the left-handed grad student Ryan Hernandez with a not a bad career ERA, 2.43 in a 50-1 games played versus games started. 44 innings pitched, 31 hits, 21 runs, 17 of which have been earned, 26 walks, and 29 strikeouts. 3 home runs surrendered with an average batting average for opponents of 2.12. And let's take a second to break down the day Hofberg just had on the mound. We talked about it. 5 2/3 inning pitch, 2 runs, both earned, 6 hits, 6 Ks, and 1 walk surrendered by Hofberg. So not a bad line if you're Hofberg in a game that you're, especially, you know, we're down 5-0, and now you're retiring down 3 with an opportunity to come back. Again, your offense has kind of seemingly been putting it together a little bit. You don't want to continue to get further into this ASU bullpen as Jackson skies one to the left field side. Foul ball, strike 1. So Hofberg kept him in this game for the most part for the time that he was in. Jackson swings and fouls that ball away.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, James. And I think the bigger question, or the bigger storyline here, is the fact that Gonzaga, going into this game, had allowed at least 10 runs in their past 4 games, and they allowed 11 on Friday, only 3 yesterday, and then doing pretty well today.
Tobias on the move to first. Jackson plots a ball into right center field. Jackson rounding first, heading for second. Tobias rounding third. He's heading home. No contest on the throw. Tobias standing up. And Isaiah Jackson has an RBI double, his 12th RBI of the year.
And just like that, Arizona State trying to get some insurance. I was talking earlier about what can they do to try to put this game on ice and give some comfort to their fans. They're heavy favorites in this game, and they got to take care of business, and Jackson just did just that. Again, not the most forceful of hits, but it does carry all the way to the wall, and just able to stay there for a while, gets the job done.
So those runs credited to Hofberg's line. We'll get his updated ERA here in just a moment as this pitch bounces its way to the plate from Hernandez. They're going to update Hofberg's ERA to finish at a 6.46 on the day. Their starter, Justin Feld, went 1 inning and a work, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 1 K, and an 11.77 ERA. So not a bad day for your reliever, who you have go 5 2/3. Unfortunately, just not really the start you wanted. It would have been a great finish had your starter giving you something a little bit more cemented to work off of, but Feld kind of hit around by the Sun Devil team earlier as Hernandez delivers strike 1 and a 2-ball count. Jax Ryan in now, 1 for 3 on the day with a double in the first, a strikeout in the second, and a fly out to center in the 5th. Batting .300 on the year with 3 runs batted in, an opportunity to pick up another one with Jackson standing out there at second right now. Hernandez delivers ball 3.
And again, Ryan, one of these guys that has been an easy guy that, you know, you either pinch hit or you put in a situation like this where you have a 4-game week, try to get some new legs in.
Good pitch delivery to the plate, stroked back up the middle by Ryan. Jackson's going to round third, he'll head home. So the first run to the credit of Hernandez comes across, and it's 9-4 Sun Devils.
And again, another easy hit into right field. Sun Devils have been really making that their sweet spot today, and we saw Ryan do it opposite way this time. So a lot of these hitters just finding the right spots and taking advantage of this Gonzaga defense that is really far back in this game overall.
So Jax Ryan extends the half inning with a single on 2 outs, bringing up the 0 for 3 Brody Briggs, 261 on the year with 1 strikeout back in the 6th inning. And I mentioned it, Jax Ryan looking to add to his RBI total on the year with Jackson standing out there at second.
Maybe.
And he picked up an RBI with Jackson standing out there at second. I hate to say I'm psychic, but I feel like I might be as Brody Briggs swings and offers strike 2 on the catcher for the Sun Devils today. Ryan goes to second. The throw down from the knees of Sherman catches Hernandez off the leg, and Ryan's in a stolen base. It was a valiant effort by Sherman, but he just didn't pop up to make the throw. He was in a very, exposed position down in the one-leg stances. This ball delivered to Briggs is popped foul to our left off the canopy, and it ricochets down off a couple seats. Battled for just a second, and eventually settled on by a group in the crowd.
Still got a lot of foul balls going out there today,
There has been a lot today.
as it always is.
You know how it goes. This pitch inside on Briggs for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. 76 miles an hour on that one. And what that averaged in miles per hour, it's averaging in temperature right now 74 with a nice breeze blowing in. Hernandez checks the runner at second. He'll deliver to the plate. Briggs puts this ball in play. Not till Shoop can get a hand on it. Shoop fires to first. Briggs doesn't beat it out. And so the Sun Devils leave one on here in the 7th inning after recording 2 runs. We'll take a break and catch you at the top of the 8th on the other half.